All right. Trey 4711, the deuce in the nine. Giving you more of what you're grooving for. Feet don't fail me now. Hey, listen, man, here we are again. I'm live, man. It's been a minute, man. Well, it's been a week. A lot came up last Thursday. I couldn't get to what I wanted to get to, especially tapping in with the people, man. But I'm here. I'm here a couple minutes late, man. Actually, an hour late, but I'm here nonetheless. There's a lot going on, man. A lot I want to speak to, and a lot I won't speak to. I'm gonna say some things, man, that I don't normally say, but by the same token, I'm gonna leave some shit where it need to be, man. It don't need to be here. Um, that said, man, listen, we in this get down, man, and we in this get down in more ways than one together. It's just that a lot of brothers don't know it yet. A lot of sisters don't know it yet, and that's fine. That's fine, man. Um, I was checking some stuff out, man. Well, somebody sent me something having to do with what they call this reactionary get out, man, with these brothers, man, from all over. But this brother in particular is out of Florida, Dream Foreign. Um, yeah, man, that's sad, homie. Really, it's sad, homie, that you would stoop that low. But again, I don't think that you are really responsible for your get down. I think that you've been fed, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that goes on in social media today. A lot of us don't know that, but a lot of that is being handed, spoon fed to people, man, to get numbers and whatnot, to bring certain things to the limelight that really shouldn't be. And I'm not just talking about our community, the Hoover community, but communities in general, on a whole. This brother's out of Florida, man. This brother, and I have to say this, man, and unapologetically, I say this, man. You probably never spent 6 days with the six souls, you know. And if you did, man, on the fifth day, you'd be ran up out of there, man, pockets empty, turned inside out, man, whatever the case may be, man. But I'm gonna tell you what the Hoovers ain't trying to do. Hoovers ain't trying to, man, kiss ass, man. Hoovers don't give a flying F about none of what's really, really going on, man. Yeah, we get a few, man, that seem to, lose their way. But trust and know, man, these brothers will find their way back to the fold, man, and they will deal with things accordingly. Trust that, man. Mark my words. Um, Again, man, we understand how the puppeteers or how the puppet masters work these puppets. You got a lot of brothers, man. If you sit down and watch social media, especially today or in the last 3 days, the puppet masters are right there. They putting this shit out there for us, man, or for you guys, to want to get into this stuff and make this whole conflagration, this dissension seem like it's the shit, and it's not. It's not. Brothers supposed to know better. I'm almost to the point where I'm start naming names. You know what I mean? But I don't want to get, like I said, I'm not a reactionary dude. I'm not trying to respond to nothing. I want to clarify. So there's a difference. Let's make sure y'all understand what I'm saying. I want to clarify some things, man. I'm not trying to here to respond or react to nothing no one said, but I'm from this community, man. I'm not an active brother. I'm not active, I'm not inactive, an inactive shot caller. I'm none of that, man. I've done that shit. I'm done with that. But this is my community, man. And a lot of us in this community, we don't approve of a lot of what's being said by our own. We understand how y'all get down. It is what it is, man. We're not begging nobody, man, to be a part of nothing. We are what we are, man. We make our way. Maybe we always have. We always will. You know, the posterity in regards to this community, man, they're gonna rise up, man, and they're gonna be the right way. They're gonna get down and groove the way they supposed to. Trust that. Trust and know that that's a fact, man. But like I said, man, I'm not an active gang member in no form of fashion, man. All right. Um, Nor am I an inactive shot caller for the community. You know, been there, done that. I'm none of that, man. I'm just a man, man. I'm only a man who has seen destruction laid out at the doorsteps and the hearts of the people in our community. That's what I'm speaking to, homie. I'm speaking to it in such a way that, I'm saying, especially to my community, hey, homie, we done that. We've been there and done that. It's time for a new day, homie. It's time for a new day. Under Groove mean that shit, man. When we came on this Get Down, we said what we said and we meant it. We're going to change the whole format, homie. You know, we understand it's a battle, it's a fight. We fight against dudes and platforms and people who are concrete, who etched in stone in this shit. And they going to fight against us to make sure that we don't get our point across. And the point is just this, man. It's real simple. Positivity, homie. You know, it's a 5P word I use now. Positivity, production, prosperity, power, and I don't know if I said prosperity, but prosperity, positivity, production, power, and the people. That's one thing, man. That's a fist. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's what we support. That's what we're about. We've always been like that. No matter what you say, you know, dudes from all over know about Hoover, man. The community, the heart of the community. Solid cats, man, through and through. We got proof nothing nobody, man. You know, I'm saying this now to the loved ones. Knock that shit off, man. Don't no good come from none of that, bro. If y'all been really paying attention, man, then you got to know, man, the bag can't mean that much to you, homie. Well, you fermenting, man, dissension, you know, issues and shit that really don't have to exist. In-house is in-house. That's why it's called in-house. You know, internal is internal, not external. You brothers know better, man. So do better. Do better. Whatever your issues are, man, take it off these platforms, man. And like men, talk about whatever differences you have, man. And I guarantee you, if you leave your feelings at the door, you'll get to a place where, man, there's commonality. You might disagree to agree, but there'll be respect, man. That's the issue, homie, with us. That's the issue with Under the Groove. We're not with no funnies. So like I said, you got this cat, man, Dream Foreign. He just won a mini. No jumper. Whack 100. You know, all these. Hey, man, all this shit is a game to them, man. You know, manipulators, homie, trying to manipulate social media, man, to where all we want to look at is conflict. Something wrong with that, homie. Something's wrong with that. You know, I read the comments. I may not watch all these platforms because it's against me to do that. I don't want to internalize that shit. I don't want that shit. But I know enough to know to read the comments. I listen to the people, homie. I listen to the people. I tapped in with Dream Foreman last night, man, with a comment. He exited out. You know, he took it down. He didn't want his listeners or his subscribers to hear what I had to say. It's solid shit. I ain't with no funnies, homie. You know, Whack, you know better. You know better, homie. You got to do better. This shit y'all doing, this shit, like I said, you're fomenting dissension. You're trying to create this whole get down, man, where all y'all thinking about is the bag and the numbers. Y'all not thinking about the communities, homie. You know? Y'all not thinking about posterity. And when I say posterity, I'm talking about those who are coming up behind us, man. Come on, man. Gotta be something wrong with you if that's what you own, bro. You know? That shit is foul and it's wrong. You know, and it's high time, brothers, not just me and any, but as a collective, come and say, man, stop that shit. Stop that shit. Because ain't but two things gonna come from this shit, man. Jail or death. You know? Jail or death. I said it before the summer came. Watch how this shit spike. Watch how it go up. It's a reason for this shit, man. And you got cats, man, working, man, Steffens, man. Django. That dude that was up in the Big Eye? Yeah. That's what you got spitting at the people like your authority. Know what he know, da-da-da-da. You in the wrong, homie. You got no business speaking on nothing, homie, that don't concern you. Real shit. And if you're doing it just for the hits, and you double wrong, homie. Straight up. You know, straight up, homie. Now, when it come to our community, homie, we are who we are. You know, and dudes want to tag us with these pronouns or these, you know, all this stuff they say. They ain't looking in their own yard. But that's not for me to speak on. I'm not gonna speak on it. I know though. I know what I know about a whole lot of other get downs, man. Sets, hoods, whatever. I'll never speak on that shit, man. I seen it. Top-notch cats, man. If y'all knew better, y'all shut the hell up, man. Let laying dogs lay, man. You know, there was a certain era, certain political get down, whatever you want to call it. It went down with some of everybody. More them than us. You know, it's called a strike, striking the ball, a ball. You know, but y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do. And we understand that. This community understand that. That's what we've been realizing, you know, we experience it, you know. But to the community, to those that come from the community, y'all in the wrong, homie. Knock that shit off. Let it go. Let it go. What ain't nothing positive coming from that, homie. And again, man, if you're thinking about numbers, them pennies, homie. Them pennies. And ain't no penny worth your life or your freedom. Because that's what it'll boil down to. So knock that shit off. Positivity, production, man. All right? Prosperity, power, you know, and posterity. That's the get down, homie. That's where the power at, man. When we're collective, we work together. And you ain't got to be from my tribe, man, to understand that. Because it's spoken wherever the hell you from. The G's everywhere, man, and young cats, man, that understand this shit. They see it. Like I said, I'm in the comments. I read the comments. That's what I do more than anything. I love reading. Them cats ain't feeling that shit. Brother from Florida, man, talking that. Come on, man. Who was trying to down us on? No, man, who's been who they is, man. They been so bad about who they is and how they get down, others copy them. Come on, homie. You need to know what you're saying, but you can't know that because you're not from here. You don't know nothing about this, homie. Nothing. You probably can't even go in Florida in your district or your neighborhoods in Florida and sit up and, man, them brothers down in Florida don't play either. Because I ain't seen you do nothing on Florida. Nothing. Come on, man. Come on, man. I had to talk with you before, man. We seem to have gotten an understanding, but I guess somebody didn't put their hand up your back and say, man, this is what you got to do to get them numbers, man, da-da-da-da-da. And you disregarded our conversation, you know, our understanding. Now I know you're not working on principle, homie. You ain't got no ethics, homie. You don't have no standards, homie. You know, I want to go in on you, but I'm not. Like I said, man, I'm not being apologetic. I'm unapologetic about what I'm saying because I mean it. You know, I mean it. I mean it, man. You're not just, you're hurting yourself, man. You know, you're hurting yourself, man. You know, if you raise your kids right, man, they're going to reflect on this shit one day. They're going to ask you, Daddy, why you do that? You know? Propagating that bull crap, homie. That's what you brothers is doing. Propagating bull crap to keep shit going. What kind of sense that make, man? What kind of sense that make, man? That don't make no sense, man. These brothers out here, man, they need to be doing everything we weren't able to do or we didn't have the focus to do. You know, they're out here with brothers, man, that understand that they've been through some shit that can lay some right, man, so they elevate the game. Elevate the game, man. Elevate the game, you elevate your community. You dudes want some foul fuck shit, home. Straight up, man. I don't care who you think you is, man. For real. For real. You dudes ain't solid, man. You're not solid. You're not solid. Listen to the comments. Listen to what people say about you. But you, again, man, you don't got no morals. You don't got no scruples. You don't have a conscience. Because if you did, man, you fall back and like, damn, man, this is what people think about me. Damn, do you know my content that bad? He was on some fuck shit, homie. And it's buster shit. Straight up. It's Buster shit. Like I said, man, it's not for you per se. You know who you are. This from our community, man. Our community. It's a different day, homie. It's a different day, homie. Trust that. So many more opportunities, man, to get it done and get it done right. To be positive, man, to bring something to your table, man. You know what I'm saying? We always, you hear black folks always talking about generational wealth. Man, y'all supposed to be in that get down, homie. Not hanging in front of somebody's market talking about la 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 la, but you ain't got shit. You ain't got nothing. You waiting for one or two things to happen. Come on, homie. That's idiocy, homie. That shit is idiocy, homie. It don't make no sense, especially when you hear it coming from your G's. And I'm telling you, I know for a fact you got G's, man, around you. I don't care what set you from, and they telling y'all the same shit I'm saying. I'm just a Hoover dude, though, but I bet you they saying the same shit, man. I bet you. That go for you sisters, too. Y'all just as much caught up in this shit as the rest of them, man. It ain't paying no bills. It don't pay your rent, your car note, man. Don't put food on your table. Don't dress your children. None of it. At the very least, at most, man, it takes you from them. It's going to extract you from that program. You don't talk about Hoovers ain't bigger than the program. What program you talking about, homie? That shit you on? That's not a program, homie. That's dissension. That's negativity. It's not a program, man. That go for all you dudes doing this shit, man. Ours included. You stunting your own growth. You stunting the growth of those, man, who have opportunity to grow with this BS, homie. And that shit is sad, man. Like I said, man, you dudes ain't got no morals and scruples, homie. Anybody that would fuck with y'all, they better have sense enough to watch you, man. Open a third eye, man. It's not hard to see you, man. If they see you, they fall back, man. Hey, I'm cool with him. I'm cool with him. Just looking at what he'll do me too. Yeah. Y'all, man, get an understanding, man, on how this shit really go, man. And these dudes, man, they pushing a program that's not their own. You know, these dudes want to be gatekeepers, and y'all need to understand what gatekeepers, what it really mean, man. What it really stand for. You know, talking about Hoovers are blacklisted. Man, we don't care about that, homie. We've always carried our own weight. Ain't complain to nobody, man. We got a couple cats said something about something. The majority of us don't give a damn. We see what's happening. We understand what's going on. But we not wasting our time focusing on that, homie. We've been up against it, man, since day one. Real spit. The Hoovers trying to down us. You stupid. Come on, man. Y'all dudes, man. Y'all dudes, man. But again, see, this what social media offers to cats. They give them this position to make like they somebody. They got some clout in what they say. What they say is valid. It's not. It's not. Cats calling second, third, fourth party dudes to get information. Listen, man. A pair of lips to say anything, homie. Real spit, man. If you wasn't there, and even if you was, you got no business speaking on it. That just don't go for Hoover, homie. That go for anything, homie, anybody. Y'all in this tell mode, homie. Telling about everything. Shit is detrimental, man. Come on, man. Got cats, man, with family. They trying to live, man. They trying to get over some shit. Y'all rather have them back in the shit. Keep streets hot. You know, keep your clicks and subscriptions going up. It's punk shit, man. You ain't solid, homie. Nan one of y'all solid, homie. Real spit. You don't hang around solid cats, homie. You can't. You can't. Solid cats will slap you in the face, man. You get slapped in the face, man, for the shit you propagating, man. Real spit, man. Trying to keep your name out the bullshit so you bring others in to get the onus or the burden off you. It's going to be what it's going to be, homie. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. You ain't going to get away from it, man. Check yourself, man. Check yourself, bro. I mean that shit, man. Again, unapologetically, I mean that shit. You dudes is acting like suckers, man. Stump down suckers, man. You know, real shit, man. You can't speak on our community. You know, if anything, speak on your own. Like I say, man, you in Florida, speak on what's happening in Florida. Talk about one of them brothers, man, being a booty bandit or whatever the hell they doing. Let's see how that turn out. You from afar doing that shit. Do it in your neck of the woods. For you other cats that do that shit and stay hiding. You're not public. You're not public, man. Because that shit don't fly, man. That shit is foul shit, bro. And you know it. That's why you're not public like that. And I mean public by being out, man. Got too many dudes like, hey, man, that's some bullshit. I ain't feeling that. So caught up, though, this bag, because these people telling you, hey, it's a bag. Sell your soul. Sell your soul. You're going to get the, come on, man. We're going to give you keys. We're going to let you direct it. Ain't letting you run nothing. They got a lineup for your ass too, man, later. You dudes act like y'all don't realize what's going on. Y'all ain't seen nothing. Y'all not paying attention. You dudes are not focused on the focus. You got so many brothers, man, that could have did well, did good for the communities. Look at where they at. Look what they're going through. They was on the same shit. On the same shit, man. They took the keys from them. They swept them down. They had the keys. They swept them down. They was untouchable. People came and got them. Man, come on, man. You dudes need to wake up, man, and quit playing these games, man. Grown-ass men. Grown-ass men. Coldest part about it, man, y'all... Ain't want no figures, man. Won't push no real lines, homie. Quit that shit. Quit that shit. It's late in the game, man. Don't want to always be the mouthpiece or have something to say about something that don't concern you. That's sucker shit, homie. Man, that go for whoever they, you know. Yeah, I mean to ruffle just a few feathers, man. Like I said, man, this not my get down, homie. You know, I don't do this shit, man. But I think I needed to say what need to be said to you, brothers. And if need be, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, homie. You know, the shit foul, homie. The shit foul, homie. It don't create nothing but dissension, man, and hate, which we got enough of already. That shit is keeping us from elevating. You know, these people tell y'all, hey, man, da-da-da-da-da, and that's what y'all go and do. Da-da-da-da-da. Swear to God, y'all the shit. In the real world, homie. In the real world, homie. No, you not. No, you not. No, you not, man. Y'all letting this shit go to y'all heads, homie. You're nobody then, you're nobody now, and homie, it's too late. Try to be that figure, that mouthpiece, you know, that stand-up guy, the one with it all. Man, that shit, to a lot of us, that don't matter. A lot of us actually function, man, under principles and ethics, homie. We got codes and standards we stick to. Real dudes do. You know? Real dudes do. Real brothers, real men. Come on, man. You dudes is with that, y'all with that sucker shit, homie. You know, talk about the industry and being blacklisted, man, because the Hoovers is gay. Man, the industry full of gays. What the fuck you talking about, homie? What that make that make sense then, homie? The real issue is people know, brothers know Hoovers don't play no games when they get to get, because we understand to get down. We coming to get it. But we're not coming to get it by force. We coming to get it by logic, man, and how to get down supposed to go. You're not going to work us. You're not going to just tell us any old thing and give us what you want to give us. That's why. That's why. You got sucker dudes, man. I don't care who they is, who they think they're, where they from in the industry. They don't fuck with Hoovers because Hoovers is punks. The industry full of punks. Pawns on the chessboard trying to be kings. How the hell they gonna survive if a real king get on the board? They ain't gonna happen, man. Straight up. Straight up, man. Ain't nothing broke about Hoover, homie. Nothing. Especially the way we think. That's our wealth and our health, homie. Yeah, we groove a different way. You don't hate us. Why you hate us for what? Because you don't groove like this? Second to none, homie. Second to none. You dudes got it twisted, homie. You talking about the industry. Man, fuck the industry. Industry is a trap. It's just another trap. You're beholden to people. Hey, man. All right. Come on, man. The shit is out in the open, homie. Y'all go research that shit. Go research it. Go check it out for yourselves. You ain't got to take it from me. You ain't got to take it from Hoover, homie. We understand the industry. We understand the game. Now, because we don't succumb to it, we don't bow down to it, we blacklist it. Yeah, it'd be best you blacklist us. Turn it out. We'll turn it on his head, homie. We'll bring some real solid shit to the get down. Well, only solid cats can be. Punks can't hang around solid cats, homie. That's the truth. That's the truth, homie. Mean that shit, man. And I ain't saying Hoover's the only solid cats know what I'm saying, man. Straight up. We know. We get around certain cats. We see the punk in them. You know, we hear the name dropping. We hear all that. We check all that out, man. We're not impressed with that shit. I mean, you scared. You in fear of something. You ain't standing on your own accord. You got a name drop. You got to do this, that, and other to keep your shit legit, to keep where you safe. Blacklist Hoover. Man, you can't blacklist Hoover, man. We're going to do what we do, man, regardless, homie. We're going to take over this internet and we're going to change it. We're going to bring something different to this get down. And that includes the homies that's going to, that shit is over. We don't trip that shit. We're going to correct that shit. They'll correct it because they solid. They're going to do what the fuck they supposed to do, homie. You know? Because they represent a community, man, that don't play no games, man. We're about our respect, man, and our dignity. That's it. That's all. You better understand, man. This shit y'all on, man, that's some foul shit. And ain't nobody said nothing to none of you cats, man. You cats be straddling the fence, man. You this way today, you that way tomorrow. You dude's character, man. Characters is garbage, man. Real spit, homie. Real spit, man. We're not impressed with that straddling the fence shit. You know? You dudes, man, y'all got it twisted, man. Y'all got it twisted, man. And I just need to say that, man, because I think it was needed to be said. You know, I don't agree with a whole lot of shit, man, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not nobody's leader. I'm not no shot caller, but I'm a person from that community, man. Love my community. I love others from others' communities. I love other communities. You know, and the same shit is over there that's over here. We got a whole lot going on, man, more than what y'all be trying to put on this social media, man, that needs attention, that needs righteous attention. We got every set, man, with a nonprofit, man, you know, that can really do something if we tell them to do it by the books, by what's on paper, you know. Put that money to the community, man. Help these kids, man. Some for real shit. Fuck paying that car note on that luxury car you got, man, or that new high rise you up in that then sprung up in everybody's neighborhood, man. The fits, your jewelry, fuck all that, man. We got real issues, man, to be dealing with. Straight up. Mean that, man. You dudes, man, talking that shit, man. Talking that shit, man. Karma motherfucker, though. We all seen it. We know it. You gonna get a turn, homie. You gonna get a turn. Enough said, man. Peace to the people, man. Like I say, Trey 4711, the deuce and the nine. You know, Hoover Hay to the cultural enthusiasts, to the Hoover Knights, to the Hoover Collective, and to the people, man. This what it is, homie. You know, this what it is. And don't think for a minute I'm out of character. I'm not. I know me. You know, I'm not worried about what nobody's. I know me. You know, and those of you who know you, y'all know. This ain't no bull crap, man. I ain't talking outside of my neck, man. Y'all see this shit. Y'all see this shit. When y'all gonna say something? When y'all gonna step up, man, like, hey, man, that shit ain't cool. Knock that shit off. Straight up, man. Google and Chan, what it do? What it do? Salute to you too, bro. 4 of them, homie. Straight up, man. James Cass, I see you, homie. I see you, homie. Salute to you back, bro. Wild bunch, man. Lemon Deuce Hoover, man. He said, did you know Big Devil for 5'9"? And was he cuffed up? Again, homie, see, this is what I'm saying. And I mean this shit, homie. That ain't no discussion. That's not up for discussion. You know? And that ain't just with our community. That's for any community that got issues. That's not up for discussion on social media, bro. Straight up. Have some codes, man. Stick by them codes. Have some principles and shit. Stick by those principles. You know? Have standards, homie, and live by them mugs, man. That ain't for discussion, homie. And all due respect to you, you know, and any other homie, come on. That's not the discussion. Straight up, homie. Money Tree Hollins, man. What's good with you, homie? Everything on this end, homie. Like I say, I ain't, you know, I'm good, homie. I'm good. Like I say, man, when it's a grand rising for me, homie, I try to make the best of it, homie. And I understand that sometimes, homie, I got to buck the system. I got to buck the system, homie. You know, I've been bucking the system for a long time, man, especially when I know it's wrong, you know, especially when I know it's wrong, homie. You know, I have to buck against myself to get right. I'm good, though, homie. I mean that, man, and y'all should be good, man. We here today, man. Make the most of it, homie. Make the most of it, man. The 5 P's, man, like I said, that ain't no game terminology. You know, I'm just talking about positivity, being prosperous, prosperity, productiveness, and the people, man. If you got that, you got power. You got this, man. That's it. That's all, homie. Damn everything else, man, because it does not, it don't click what need to be done, what we supposed to be doing. If it ain't that, man, I'm telling you, it's against us, homie. It's against us. It's a poison. It's cancer. Got to excise cancer, man, from the body, homie, in order for the body to live. And that's what y'all don't understand. I said this a couple of weeks ago. Brothers don't really get it. Don't really get it. You got to see the bigger picture, homie. If we're going to make this thing right, it's a lot of steps we got to take, man, that are positive and for the community that got to be taken. Cats with the BS, hey, man, you got to be held accountable, homie, because we don't want that in the community. We don't want you dispensing that toxic shit, that toxicity into the community. You got to answer for that shit, man. You know, where brothers sit down like men and say, hey, man, that's no good. That's no good, man. You know, don't just do what's right for the community. Do what's right for yourself and those that you birth, those that you protect, that you provide for. You know, come on, man. You dudes on some weird shit, homie. And I mean what I said when I said it earlier, when I named who I said. Whack 100, no jumper, man. My three homies, Dream Foreign. All this shit is bullshit, homie. It gets us nowhere. And y'all doing this shit for pennies, homie. Pennies, homie. Man, come on, homie. Jabarney, man, what's happening? He said, black love to you in the chat, man. Back to you, bro. Appreciate you being in the chat, man. Again, a wild bunch. I see you'll get down, homie. Again, man, we're not gonna discuss none of that like that. You feel me, homie? Like I said, to you in all due respect, homie, that ain't for this. That ain't for this. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that, man. It's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do that. I don't know who made it cool to start doing this shit on the internet, but it's not cool, homie. It's not cool. Because you can get caught up saying, hey, man, you were accomplished, or you embolden somebody to say and do all kind of shit. Knock it off, homie. For your own freedom, for your own, your own get down. Trust me, homie, on that one. Leave it out the chat, homie, all right? Leave it out the chat. You should take it down, both of them. You should take them both down, homie. Because you don't have a place here, homie. I mean that shit in all due respect, man. Under the groove about that. That's what we're about. And what I'm saying, and I mean what I'm saying, it don't mean it's disrespecting individuals. It's telling individuals you're being disrespectful by doing the shit you're doing. That's what I'm saying, all right? But you, as one of the ones from the community, that shouldn't be up there, all right, bro? Real spit. Boss Claus, hey, man, peace to the chat, man. Hey, man, I love the interview I had with you, brother. And I appreciate you coming to the interview. See, that's the thing, man. Listen, let me say something, man. And I'm saying this to the collective as well as those outside the collective in other communities, man. We got brothers and sisters, man, that wear all kind of hats, homie. Everybody ain't supposed to wear a gang banging hat. Just not. Everybody can't wear a money hat. Everybody can't wear a player hat, a hitter hat. You know what I mean? Everybody, man, different hats, man. But let's talk to those who wear the hats, man, that can actually do some good for the community. So we got people coming in that community, out of that community, might want to wear that hat. Because it's some righteous shit. It's some powerful shit. We got so many in the communities, man, who are talented, gifted, intelligent. They not wearing them hats, man, because they wearing these different hats. They wearing them hats, man, that are full of negativity, man, that's saying something out loud like a billboard. You know what I mean? Them ain't the hats, homie. We need to start letting them know, man, there are different hats they can wear, man, and they can still be from their tribe, their community. But the hats, man, pushing positivity, is pushing growth, prosperity. You know what I mean? Production, being productive. That's the shit, man. It takes all kinds, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. It takes all kinds, homie. So like I said, man, hey, man, peace to you, Boss Claus, man. Love and respect, homie. The fact that you were able, to come and tell your story, homie. I hope you do a lot of good for those who are listening, bro. I hope it do a lot of good for those who are listening. And like you said, you wasn't the baddest of the bad, man. You a whole lot of things, it just by providence. And I'm not even religious, but I use that word, and I'm gonna use it not loosely, but I know why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I know where you coming from. By providence, homie, you didn't end up where we ended up. It wasn't meant to be, homie. So I salute you, homie, being one of the ones from the community that was able to reach another level, and do something different, homie. And then not only that, but hey, man, break bread with brothers. Let them know, man, it's a different get down in the world, man. On that note, we also had another loved one, man, Big George from 74 Hoover. He was a pro baseball player, people. Dodgers, man. You dudes love the Dodgers, man. Big George was a pro baseball player, man. He's a Hoover, though. It's a whole lot of talent, like I said. There's a whole lot of gifted brothers, intelligent brothers, man, in these communities, man. And they got to find their worth, man. They got to find their worth, man. And that worth is what leads them to something greater, not just them, but those they love, their community, their family, and their community. You brothers is like I say, you propagating bull crap, man. And so in that way, a lot of these young brothers and sisters ain't gonna get to understand their talent, utilize the gifts they got, man. God-given gifts, you know, but shit they acquired in the young age that they acquired them, and they're not gonna get to utilize and work that shit to the benefit because we got so much negativity out here, and especially amongst each other. That's sad, homie. They don't just go for Hoover. They go for all y'all, man. Every community. Come on, man. Real spit, man. This shit is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. Man, y'all just take the time out, man, and be unbiased if you're capable. And just listen to what people say, man, especially on these podcasts. Listen to this shit, man. Listen to this shit, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. It's disgraceful. And like I said, I'll be the first to admit, man, I was a part of that shit at one time. But I had to go through something to get to this, homie, to understand, like, damn, that shit I was doing was ridiculous. Wasting my life. Now look how many brothers we got sitting on the shelf. Young brothers. 144 years, 150 years, 100 years, 80 years. It's ridiculous, man. The lives are wasted like that, man. And dudes are, again, they're propagating the bullshit to get more and more young brothers to be sitting on these shelves, man, without being able to live out their potential, live out their lives, man. Exercise these gifts they got, this intelligence, man. You dudes are culpable, homie. You need to be held accountable, you know? I'm telling you, man, real shit, man. Hey, Boss Claus, you know what it is, homie. H's, homie. Peace to the gods, man. LeRae, how you doing, sister? I hope everything is everything on that end, man. You know, staying focused on the focus, you know? That's the phrase, man. Stay focused on the focus, man. And I'm telling you, if you do, you'll see this shit. You'll see what's out of focus. And you'll be like, oh, no. You know, that don't help me. That don't get me nowhere. That don't do nothing positive for me. You focus on the focus, you're going to recognize the bull crap, man, because it's a whole lot out there. And we quick, another thing, man, we quick to blame them people for our problems. When a lot of us don't see that we didn't took lessons from them, and it's in us now to be the same people that they're not, but to our people, you know what I mean? Want to bring us down, want to keep us in this situation. That's what we got, man. We got Stephens, man. We got Django type cats in them big houses, you know, thinking they gatekeepers and got the keys to the get out, and they propagating bull crap, man. They harming the community with their bull crap, man. All negativity. All negative, man. Negative. I don't care how they try to spin it, man. It's negative. They don't serve nobody, man. They don't really even serve them. It serve those, man, who put shit out there for them to push, you know, more than anybody else, man. If we just stop for a moment and started thinking like human beings, we can change the world, man. That's just me talking, all right? But I trust what I'm saying. I've seen it. I've seen it, man. And a lot of others have seen it. All we got to do, man, is focus, man. We can change the world, man. It be how we want it. You know, real spit, man. Got these cats out here like this, man, and ain't nobody saying nothing of these dudes, man. They running renegade, roughshod over the get down, over protocol, man, over codes, over ethics, principles, and standards. Like, man, damn all that, man. Me, you know, and it ain't really them. They working for somebody else. Man, shit is crap, man. It's crap, man. Dudes talking about who from where and where. Man, look, man, so what does that matter, man? Milk from 7-4 Hoover. Can't nobody say that he ain't. That man had his experiences over there. He broke bread and threw up with homies over there. You got cats talking about what cats ain't from. They not even from there. You from over there. Same community, but you ain't got no business speaking on that. That go for him, T-Rail, anybody else. So what, homie? You wonder why cats be like falling back. Get the fuck out of here, man. That bullshit, homie. And I'm saying that to you, homie. That's bullshit. Keep that shit out your mouth, man. Find that content, homie, that's not hurting or harming the community, homie. Real shit, man. Real shit, man. You had your opportunity, like I had mine. You had yours, in abundance. What you do? Come on, homie, don't do that. Don't do that, homie. You're going to get called on that, homie. That shit ain't cool. That shit is not cool. Ain't nothing fly about it, ain't nothing hard about it. That don't make you down to talk about that, man. That's the pot calling the kettle black, homie. It's bullshit, homie. Knock that shit off, man. I mean that shit, man. Suge, man, what's happening, man? Greetings to all in the chat, and especially Big Bug. Greetings to you, homie. Appreciate you being here, man. Y'all come on in, man. Talk to me, please, man. Please, man, because I don't want to be ranting and raving, sounding like I'm an idiot, Like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, man, because there's so much up in here I want to let out, but I know there's certain codes, certain standards. I can't say shit, man, that I know I need to say. But there's a different format. There's a different place for that shit. So, maybe one day. I don't know. But this right here, man, this right here is what I want to indulge in, man. This chat, man, and everybody that's coming up in here, man. Again, man, stop giving these people credence, man. Stop giving them authority. Stop giving them views. Stop giving them subscriptions. Man, look, man, because they're going to hurt one of yours. They're going to hurt one of yours, man. Stop that shit. Stop catering to the shit, man. Real shit, man. Shit dangerous, man. Dangerous. And these brothers is talking in such a way, man. Come get you, man. They're going to come get you. See, because the more you talk about, the more you elevate the conversation, the more shit come out. You ain't got no business talking about. Stop giving these people credence, man. Stop giving them views. Mean that shit, y'all. Every one of y'all know better. We all know better. We just got to want to do better, man. We got to make ourselves do better. I might want a cigarette. I know better, man. So I struggle with that. Okay, man, because I know it ain't good for me. Same thing, homie. Same thing. Two different cancers, homie. Same thing. Man, we work on ourselves. We want to improve. We want to grow, man. We want to be healthy. We want to live. We understand that our wealth, man, ain't in these dollars, these pennies and shit that, social media want to offer you. It's in relationships you have, man. It's in how you deal with not just yourself, but those around you, man. You deal with them in such a way that you don't burn bridges, man. Because you never know when you're going to need somebody again. Real spit, man. Solid shit, man. Man shit. We dealing with cats, man. I'm telling you, shit ain't right, man. And people need to start speaking up, straight up. Straight up. I'm not advocating nobody do nothing, nobody. I'm saying, man, use your words, man, to tell people, man, this is some bullshit, man. Knock that shit off. Straight up, man. You're hurting the community. Don't give a damn about the community, man. Dudes are thinking about themselves, man. Think about the limelight and fame, man. Ain't no fame in this shit. This is not everlasting. This shit it's nothing. It's nothing, man. It's a paper dream, bro. Ask those who already failed, man, they had it. that had it, sitting up right now trying to, man, just let me do it one more time. I'll do it right this time. Come on, homie. I was in that boat, sitting on the shelf. Like, man, just let me figure out a way out of here, man. Ain't gonna happen again. I'm done. They in that boat now. You fuck around and find yourself in that same boat. Chances are, though, you might not be able to get out of it, though. Leading the people, man, astray like this, man. Everything that's going on in the world, and this is how you getting down. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Whack. Real shit, man. Abdullah Dasuda. High H's, man, and capital C's, man, to all the 107, to all the grooves in the land, and from all hog, and all the land from all hogs and Blue York, I guess it's in New York. Okay, salute to you, Sig. Crew, much love and respect. Keep pushing the H in the best light and keep this groove groovy. Say low. All right, homie. H is homie. Listen, real spit, homie. What you asking me to do, I'm gonna ask you to do same thing, homie. Same thing. Practice what you preach, all right? That should go for any of us. Just practice what we preach, man. You know, correct ourselves, make sure our groove is right. Make sure it's right, homie. You know, that we lacing individuals right in the positive sense, man, in a manner to which those who are watching, they'll understand, wait a minute, man, there's more to this shit than that. Let me get on that. You know, I want to elevate the game. I want to elevate myself. I want to be elevated so I can elevate mine. Let's push that just like that, homie. Just how you saying it to me, I'm saying it right back to you, homie. You know, but you take it down and you say it to the homie next to you. Push this shit, man, in a groovy way. That's what we do. You know, we pathfinders, man. You know, trendsetters, man. We the ones, homie. You know, we the ones, homie. Don't let nobody tell y'all no different, man. You know, it's the same thing the white men did, man. And I don't mean to say this, but I'm gonna say it and give people inferiority complexes. You keep hammering that shit, hammering, you know, saying the same shit over to an individual. And in a minute that you're so feeling inferior, you know, lost a fight, you know, you lost a fight, you know, fight back against that shit, man. But fight it in a way, man, where you put some positivity, homie, that you understand, you know what I'm saying, this cloth you cut from, you know, fuck that gang shit. Every time you hear somebody talking about gang on gang on gang, dead homies, dead homie. Damn, homie. Damn. You cared about them cats, man, that then passed away, man. However they went, you wouldn't do that shit, man, to prove a point. You just stand on that square, homie. You don't need that's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. And I've been had to check myself on saying about my mother who's rest in peace. When I'm really sad on mom's grave. And I had to like, hey man, wait, whoa. That's mom's. Ain't got to never, ever put my mama in an equation where I got to on her grave to make sure what I'm saying is valid or the shit. That's how messed up we are, man. That's on mom. That's on my kid. That's on God. You know, most of you dudes don't know God. You don't know yourself. You don't know yourself. That's on God. Dead homies. Come on, man. Get out here, man. You dudes, man. And I'm telling you, it's going to come a time when we come on this get down, we're not talking about this, man. We're talking about elevation, man. Like I said, man, we're talking about positivity, man. We're talking about productivity. We're talking about being prosperous, man. We're talking about posterity, man. We're talking about power. We're talking about the people. That's it. And it's all harmonious. It's all good. It's all about growth. You know? For real, man. But until then, we got to call a strike and a fucking ball, man. We got cats striking out, man, in the public opinion of the streets, man. These cats, they struck out. They struck out, man. Real shit, man. Luciano Gambino, progress, homie. That's it. That's all, homie. That's it. That's all, man. The hell I care about who prettier than me. What kind of man shit is that? Man, that the hell? What? Who dressed better than me? Did you win some money? Was there a prize? Was there a prize? In a court of public opinion, man, if you really think about it, man, that don't mean nothing. You just giving name brand these people make this shit your money. It's going out quicker than you can save it, bro. I care. Could you dress better than me? Could you think you look better than me? You had more women than me. Your gang, you got swag and all. What, man? What sense does that make? Did it pay your water bill? Did it pay that car note in that car you driving? Swag. Man, some made up shit, man. It's made up, man, to keep us not focusing on the focus. You dudes out here, man, come on, man. Most you dudes don't even really know. Don't really know the histories, man. And I'm not just talking about Hoover. I'm talking about where you from. Don't even know the histories. Come on, man. It's something bigger, homie. It's something bigger. That's what y'all need to get a hold to, man. Grasp onto that, man. Elevate this shit, man. Real shit. Real shit, man. Grooveland Champ said proper preparation prevents poor performance. I'm going to say that again. I like that one. That's 5 P's right there. And there you go. Grooveland Champ said proper preparation prevents poor performance. Come on, y'all. We're talking about excelling, man. At least that's what we should be discussing. How do we excel? How do we excel? Real shit, man. Talk to your brother, Boss Klaus, man. And he was just fortunate enough to be around certain dudes to say, hey, man, you got the skill, not just the height, but you got the talent, man. Stay the fuck off the streets, man. They said it enough to where he did that, man. Got into a college, you know. From there to the pros, man, he did, did what he did. You know, man, his brother have a story to tell. Can't too many of us tell this story on that level or in that experience, on that journey, you know. Most of us are stuck. We stuck right here, man, in what they call these inner cities, man, these ghettos, these communities, man, that's rife with poverty, man, desperation, man, ignorance, and a whole lot of other shit, man. Drug addiction, murder, man, incarceration. We can go on and on. Mental health. Hey, man, rife with all that. Come on, man. But there's no excellence. Ain't nobody pushing that. Ain't nobody pushing that, man. And again, man, I don't care who you is, homie. I really don't. I really don't. I don't care where you from. Be it Hoover anywhere else. You with that bullshit, man, you with the bullshit, man. You about bullshit. You about bullshit, especially when you know better. I don't care, homie. Mark Cofield, what it do, homie? I see you, man. I'm glad you're in the chat, man. I'm going to keep pushing like I'm supposed to. And real, recognize real. Steel sharpens steel, man. You know? Steel against steel, man. That all, man, hey. And again, like I said, man, it ain't just, listen, man, let's get something straight. Let me confirm this right quick. We not trying to take this mantle that we the one we've been, man, there's a whole lot of brothers from all over being blacklisted. Because they real. Because they real. They real, man. They get in there, man, they'll cut some shit up, man, because they real. They've been laced by the best, man. They're not having no funnies, you know? That's what real do, man. That's what real, keep it real with the real, man. Steel sharpens steel. You cannot take steel around butter, man. You can't, it's gonna cut, you know, or flesh. It's gonna cut through it. Dudes better recognize, man, it ain't just Hoover, our community that's blacklisted. We got brothers from everywhere who are blacklisted because they can't be manipulated. Because they ain't going for that BS. Dudes with real talent, real gifts, geniuses, being locked out of situations, man, because they cannot be manipulated. Come on, man. Yeah, real know the real, homie. Real know the real. Straight up. I appreciate you, Mark, coming in to get down, brother. Thank you. Boss Claw said, facts, big bubs. We don't get down like that. As Hoovers, we know better. Some of these cats are thirsty for that 15 minutes of fame in exchange for dignity, morals, and principles. It's a fact, homie. It's a fact. Like I say, just look on YouTube, man. TikTok, even Instagram. You dudes are selling out, man. For what? For what? How does that evolve into, or how does that manifest into generational wealth? How does that help them babies that you may have, you know, you're supposed to be raising? You know, how does that do any good for them? When you up there just worrying about how you look on social media and what the hell you saying, especially when it's crap. You don't do no good, man. You ain't helping nobody. You ain't helping yourself, man. And I mean that when I say that. You know, these dudes, man, the industry stands up on our backs, homie. Straight up. It stands on our backs, man. It takes our talent, man. It rapes us of our talent. It takes it from us, man. It divvies out, man, pennies for our talent, man, our ability, our gifts. We don't run nothing. Nothing, bro. But if we had our focus on the focus, we would be the industry. And I don't mean that just lyrically or in terms of music or whatever. We'd run the establishment, man. Dudes, man. It's how you know you dealing with sellouts, homie. They're not willing to fight, battle for what they're supposed to fight for. A lot of these cats, man, end up getting worked out of their masters and just played out of millions of dollars, man. These people walk away with their money, put their kids in school, man, send them all over the world, man. Give them culture, so to speak, man. While theirs is still festering, man, in poverty, man. Living mediocre lives and stuff, you know? Come on, man. Real spit. We got all these talented people, man. But we don't run nothing. You see, I mean, and you coming at us with this bull crap, man. It's just an insult, man. It's shameful, it's disgraceful, and it's an insult. No dignity, man. None. I wish a brother would say something to me about anything I'm saying. I invite you to. I invite it. I invite you. I'll come meet you face to face, man, and we sit down and talk. Turn the camera on. I'm gonna put you in your place, homie. Mean that shit. So how messed up shit is, man. Dudes thinking that say any old thing, do any old thing, man. Harm the community, harm the people professing to love and represent and all this stuff. Man, that's crap, homie. And it's come somebody who know what the hell they talking about because I've been there. Straight up, man. Kenny Harris, man, what he do? He said, real, I never respond to them others. It ain't worth it. I got a story for our community only. Hoover business only. Not on gang shit. I'm telling y'all, man, get out of that mindset. We talking about gang, gang, gang. Fuck that, man. Not only that, man, you don't need nobody, man. Especially when you got like-minded individuals in your community, man. All it takes is brothers willing to work with one another, work together. You have your own shit, man. And if you do it right, you got to never worry about nobody taking it from you because it's done right. It's done right. Now, all we know about this industry or all these different, industries and whatever, goes on that employ black people. You take all that money, man, how much money is that? And I say that to say, I say that to ask this question. How many corporate, movie lots you own, distribution and all this? Dudes ain't thinking, man. This a trick bag, man. We in this like we in this so dudes don't think. So dudes don't get their own shit, man. So that you don't got to go to nobody else, you know what I'm saying, to put your shit wherever you want to put it. You don't have to, you can start your own TV channel, your own radio station, your own music distribution, movie distribution, man. Again, like I said, man, this is what they think about when they think about us, man. Hey, we got to keep them in the streets so that they never walk in the halls of power. The shit real, homie. So they know who to go fuck with. They know how to lace them. They know how to lace them, how to polish them. Make them to where, oh man, it's a hero. Oh man, whatever he say, I go for. And they tell them, okay, now you do your job, man. We're gonna give you a piece of this pie. We'll let you have some of this cut in private prisons, shoe company, music label. We'll send politicians to talk to you. Really set you out there, man. Y'all, man, y'all caught up, man. I guess I was there though. I know what you're going through. Been there, man. Like I said, man, everything I'm saying, man, I'm glad it's being recorded because, like I said, it's all positive. Ain't nothing negative about what I'm saying. I don't do that. I'm speaking to empowerment. Empowerment, man, through excellence. You being excellent, having this level of self or this degree about how you go about shit. It's on a level. It's excellent. Excellence. It's just what it is. Nothing negative about it. They just don't want you to have it. We got them. Who've always had them. And like I said, we ain't the only ones. Other communities got them. Talented, geniuses, man, intellectuals, authors, writers, artists, musicians, lyricists, actors, politicians. The hell we doing, man? You can sum us up, man, on YouTube. On No Jumper. That's sad, homie. And it's sad that we got brothers that go in there and help, like I said, propagate this bull crap, man. They don't want no real money. Don't want no real power. See, because they feel like, or they in fear that they have to share it. That's a problem with a lot of brothers. Selfish. Me. Don't want to share shit. Can't see the next brother having something, being about something, doing something, helping someone. You got to be the motherfucker. That game don't last long, homie. It don't last long. Yeah. Lorraine, man, tell them again. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button. I'm telling y'all, and I mean this. I do this because I like doing it. You know, I sat up in prison for a long time. I couldn't wait to get out, man, because I had a whole lot to say. I was in there watching that shit go down. You know, I'm in there with the young homies. I'm telling them, hey, homie, no, no, not allowing it. Some would stray. All right. All right. But I'm watching other communities, brothers. Amen. And people want to know why they think other people run the joint. I'll tell you why. I was in there on that bull crap, man. Straight up. Straight up. It's sad, man. But it's out here too. It's out here too. Brothers, man, ain't nowhere in the world that we should not come together first for. We come together with anybody else. That should be on the agenda first. Like, hey, well, hold on, loved one. Well, no, that's cool. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, we should do that because you know what I'm saying. We are focused on doing what we need to do. But, however, what about them over there? They're my people. Okay, yeah, we had issues with them too. No, we got to go there first, man. We got to strike that deal first, man. And then, and only then, after it's set in stone, it's concrete. We didn't live in this society together, man, X amount of months or years, and we say, okay, let's talk about, whatever we need to talk about. We're a unit, man. So we run together, we work together. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot going on, man, that shouldn't be going on, man. You know? And it's messed up. I'm quit ranting and raving, man. Boss Claus said Florida got some hitters. Yeah. And it's how I know. See, that cat Dream Foreign, he ain't up in Florida talking about what's going on in Florida politics in them streets. He can't. He's not allowed. This little Rudy Poop he cannot do it. The Hoover's trying to down us. Boy, them boys in Florida will down your ass. Ain't got nothing to do with Hoover. You way in Florida, man. You down here in LA talking about LA stuff. Like I said, man, you couldn't come down here and survive, homie. Them same dudes that you claim, to be from, they tear your ass up. Facts. Not that I agree with that. But you're a different caliber kind of guy. You know what I mean? You're not really laced like that, homie. Nah. No. The Sixers be trying to down you. They would. You're not built like that, homie. And it's a fact, because if it was, you'd be dealing with what's ever going down in Florida, man. Instead, before you brush your teeth in the mouth, you got Hoover coming out your mouth, homie. Every opportunity. It's the tea. And you giving it away. You getting free sips of tea like you NBC or somebody. Just free gossip. Gossip. Sad shit, man. Do that shit in Florida, homie. Do that shit in Florida, homie. Let brothers in LA deal with what we need to deal with out here so we can get our shit right. You deal with shit in Florida, man. That's what you should be doing. Real shit, homie. The Ray Sense said, hey, did anybody see Too Short interview where he said the Hoovers pressed them to represent the set? LOL. I saw that interview. I saw that interview on back on Fig, matter of fact. Yeah, I saw the interview. And I've always said, Too Short from the set. I've always said that shit, And I've had cats look at me like, yeah, and not in a sense. Again, people in all these communities, man, there are people in these communities, they don't gang bang, man, but they wear different hats. You know what I'm saying? They're part of the community. It ain't always about gang banging, But shout out to Too Short, man. I hope you're doing well, brother. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good look to have you sit down like Boss Claus came and did, man, and chop it up, man. People, I'm sure, would love to hear from you, man. Love to hear from you, man, about what you've been through, man, the way you at now, man. That'd be a good interview. But anyway, Clarence Johnson. Clarence Johnson said, Dream Foreign a straight weirdo like most of these YouTubes claiming that they gangsters. You know, like I said, I went in the man's comments, man, and I think he had maybe 30 something comments, and more than half were telling him, "What is you doing, man?" You know, was on his neck. I dropped a comment in there. It might have been a page long, but he pulled it. You know what I mean? That's fine. I knew he would. You know, some others done that same thing. Cats start mouthing off. We got Wiggins. We got cats speaking on shit they shouldn't speak on. Wiggins TV, you another one. You know. Well, hold on. Let me say something. No, I take that back. That ain't on. That ain't on Wiggins TV per se, or the Hood Postman, or anybody interview Hoovers to get you Hoovers our community, do from our community to talk to them. That's on the homies. That's on the homies. When the homies have a story to tell, like I said, man, Undergroove ain't got to be the only platform for our community. I've been said this, man. Brothers, get up, man, and create something. Create something positive. Excuse me. You know, and get our people involved in this get down. They don't got to be on this. But them interviews are those interviews that many homies that went on other platforms and done, them could have been done just as much on any platform from somebody in our community. I've said this to Gumby. I said it to Trig. I said it to Young Hall. There's no need to go to No Jumper, Munchie B, anybody that really, man, if you sit down and if you check, not cool, homie. Not cool. Don't have your best interests at heart. You know, they're fishing for a narrative, for a title you might not agree with, but hey, it's up there, you know. That's all I'm saying, bro. But yeah, I like I said, I hear you. Too Short would have been a good one, man. But like you said, Clarence Johnson, a lot of these dudes, man, they paper gangsters, man. You know, and that's all right if that's what they choose to be. But you should not do that or portray that, man. When you're dealing with a circumstance, and the circumstance is this, man. We're in a time. We're living in a time where shit is bad, man. Where we need to be trying to figure out a way, man, to improve ourselves. Stop. If you didn't by a certain age become this guy, man, that you're trying to be now, man, stop it, man. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be believable. You're not gonna be looked upon or dealt with or respected in that light that you're trying to come on, man. Those are fantasies, bro. They're fantasies. Like I said, just look at how cats get at cats from their own communities. It's bullshit, man. But it lets you know, it tells a story. Focus on the focus, people. Listen to the comments. Listen how people get at. But it's all bad. I'm not saying, hey, man, that's what they get, but this shit ain't cool. It ain't good. It ain't good. Not even for them. So yeah, man. Al Thomas, man, what it do, homie? Peace, big bub, and peace to the chat, man. Al Thomas, I appreciate you, homie. You know what I mean? Just fact, like I say, man, you Ray Sins, Al Thomas, man, I can go on and on, man. Boss Claus, man, Clarence Johnson, Kenny Harrison, for instance, Laciano Gambino. I've seen him quite a bit in the Get Down. Grooveland Champ, all these brothers, man. All you people coming in to Get Down, man. And the straight up shit is forward shit. It's positive shit, It's positive shit, man. And we appreciate that. Not just me, but those who read the comments as we go along. They got to, because they come in supporting and, not regurgitating what you say, but they're speaking their own minds in terms of positivity, man, and what they think the chat should be about, man, or appreciating what the chat is dishing out, man. So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Michelle, Boss Car's talking about where you at. She at home. Corey Patterson. I ain't from Cali, but I damn sure know about the Hoovers, though. All right, man. Appreciate that. Brian Henderson, again, he said dreaming he was in a foreign is out of town buster. Yeah, man. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. That's some real shit. Henderson said it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know, you know how they say it is what it is. I'm telling you, man, I've always had a problem with that. I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard the phrase, man, I was in prison. Somebody said, "Oh man, it is what it is." I'm like, oh, okay, but ain't got to be that. What you talking about, homie? You know, and however you use it or however it's used, you know, in my mind, it's like shit, whatever. You know, because it ain't got to be. It is what it is. You know, I've always thought that, hey man, we have the wherewithal, the power, the intelligence to change some shit. So where it ain't got to be that. You know what I mean? Especially if it's to our benefit. If it works toward or is geared toward, it goes toward, or it supports, you know, positivity, you know. It don't have to be it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I say, it might be a double connotation to it, you know, double, you know, it's two meanings, you know, ambiguous like that, but you know how we use it. You know how we use it. And that's what I always stood against, just how brothers used it. You know, it is what it is, man. Nah, man. I ain't trying to hear all that shit. Lisa Moore say, hey, big bub, love you, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you, sis. Yep. Say low. All love, sis. Appreciate you coming in to get out. Show up more often. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all? These millennium game bangers. Yeah, man. It's a lot to it, y'all. You know, and again, yeah, people got to be held accountable, but at the same time, there's a lot that I think we all are aware of that is placed before us intentionally. You know, a lot, hey man, I don't know if a lot of y'all know that a lot of slang words and all this shit, man, these come from think tanks and shit. You know, a lot of what they say is our culture and, you know, shit we do. Hey man, they have think tanks that help create this stuff and they create it for a negative effect. You know what I mean? Just think about that, man. You know, we know what's ours. You know, we know it's ours, but then at the same time, some of that shit's so slick and it's put down in such a way it's so groovy how they do it. We think that's our shit, and it might be ours because it could have came from a black person sitting at that table in the think tank. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. Damu Robbins, man. Damu Robbins say these dudes don't know. I was on them 4 yards for decades. The groove is solid. You know, hey man, hey Damu, I was on the yard with Damus for decades, homie. Solid. Solid. Same go for Crips, Hoovers, gangsters, and non-affiliated. Solid. Level 4. When we saw some funny shit, wasn't having that shit, homie. Wasn't having that shit. You know, real shit. You know, we knew about how, you know, other races was passing, you know, them figanellis around from cell to cell. We knew that. Hey man, hey man, they couldn't even bring them on the yard, you know. And then funny shit went on, and we like, hey man, nah. So I'm speaking like you speaking. Damus was solid, wasn't with no funny shit, you know. Crips solid, wasn't with no funny shit, you know. Gangsters solid, wasn't with no funny shit, and non-affiliate, just regular brothers solid, wasn't with no funny shit. That's not to say shit wasn't going on and dudes was. I'm not saying. I'm saying what we knew. You know what we knew, and if we got word of it, that was a wrap. That oh, you done. You know, we didn't do it, homie. You know, just not something we done. You know, just real shit. Kenny Harris said, "Man, there's so many from out our community. Stay out the bull. That's real, bro. We're not selling the Hoover story because it's not for sale. That's the part right there, homie. That part right there, homie. And I can speak to that I made an example last week. I was saying how No Jumper charges people, all right, $5 just to hear this shit, and they paying. And I said, I don't ask the people, man, don't give me nothing, no, homie. This shit free. It's supposed to be, because I know who getting it. It's supposed to be free to y'all. It's supposed to be free to each and every one of us. Now I can understand why No Jumper would do it, or any other podcasters that ask for donations and what they call that shit, Cash App and all that. Then, hey man, okay, that's on you, but I'm not with that, man. I'm not with none of that, man. Not for sale, homie. It's not for sale. What I'm talking about, man, is free. You can go get this, man, if you go to the right house, you talk to the right individual, the right homie. You know what I'm saying? The shit free. And I'm talking about the positive shit. Because you can get that negative shit from so-called real homies too. And they might charge you. A couple of blunts, man, $40 bag or some drink or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I don't do it. I don't do it, man. It's not for sale, man. Especially Hoover, our community, man, our history is not for sale. We're gonna give you what we know is right to give you. That other shit, no, we not, we don't trade in that, homie. Real shit. As says, anyone talking politics on the internet need to be DP. Anyone talking politics on the internet need a DP. Again, like I said, I'm not advocating no violence, homie. I'm advocating, man, accountability. And that goes to first those who know better and they seeing some stuff, man. I think that. So when you say that like that, then you understand what's right and what's wrong. So in a way, you're accountable. You really holding yourself accountable, for you to make that statement. But it don't have to be that per se. It could be the fact, hey man, check this out, homie. Knock that shit off, man. That shit not cool. And here's why. I think it's just as simple as that. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple, man. Because you go deep here, individual, you don't know. And the cold part about what's going on in society today, man, you don't know who's who. People get checks from these people now. They work for them. You can put your hand on one of them police if you want to. Bring your ass in jail. I'm being facetious, man, but I mean that shit. So, it's about the conversation, homie. It's about how we impart, like I said, man, starting with ethics, man, certain principles and morals, man. Our conversation in terms of how we communicate what need to be said to those who need to hear it. Like I said, I was raised on principles. I expressed this and shared this with the people. I had 3 of them. You act on it, you speak on it, or you ignore it. And each one, it has its pros and cons. You understand? If I ignore some shit, that means it continues to fester. It's going to get worse. It's going to spread from because I ignored it. I'm turned a blind eye to it. I'm just as wrong. Like I supported it basically. If I act on it, and that means physically, there's a consequence. There's a consequence. The consequence could be of any facet. It could be, hey, as a result, he done came back and now, you know what I'm saying, you got lead flying and all this old shit, man. They go, oh, I'm going to call the police. Now you're in jail, something better, depending on how it go down, it would be domestic violence or something, you know what I mean? They're giving out time for that now too, for real, And then when we talk about it, when we address it, have to be careful how you address shit. Like I said, and like what's been said to me, it's not what we say, people, it's how we say it. Same goes for it's not what we do, but how we do it. So if I'm addressing something, I want to address it in such a way that, hey, man, I'm saying this because I know this is some real shit that need to be said. I'm not saying it to intimidate you, man. I'm not saying it, man, to make you feel inferior. I'm not saying it, man, to make you think like I think. I'm saying it, man, to say, hey, man, give it some thought. Give it some thought, man. Weigh it against the other shit you done heard said to you. Look at it, man, analyze it, find the pros and cons. And what I'm saying, man, wait, that's some bullshit. Ah, damn, that's some right shit. All right, man. All right, OG or whatever, There's always a consequence, man, and not all of them are bad. Not all of them are good. So yeah, I agree, but I don't agree because we have to also understand that we're gonna be accountable for the shit we say. Because, like I said, man, the words carry weight. Words not only carry weight. A lot of words are spells. It's a whole lot about words that we don't get, that we don't fully comprehend, homie. So just be careful about what we say. All right, be careful about what we say, man. Voodoo, what it do, bro? Glad to see you in the chat. I seen you higher up, man, but I'm going in, man. He said someone had to say it, bro. And again, I'm just one, this platform, like I said, when we came into this, and I meant to say this a couple of minutes ago, and if y'all haven't seen that episode, go back to maybe the second or third, maybe the fourth video where I said, man, we're going to change the internet. A lot of work. I realized that. But I knew what I was saying then, like I know what I'm saying now. We're going to change the internet, man. To our liking, to our benefit, in such a way that's positive. I mean, we don't have to worry about every time we look on, one of these platforms, we got, some Caucasian with a table full of brothers saying the N-word like it's nothing, no shame, no dignity, no grace. And talking about another brother using N-word, or a sister with the B word, and and the cracker just sitting there laughing, like, give me more, And so they want to impress upon, this guy that, okay, I got more to give you. This some cold stuff going on, man. But yeah, somebody had to say it, like I said, I'm just one. I'm one of many, man. I've watched brothers, I've watched some platforms come, and I thought to myself, that's going to be a good platform. That's going to be a good, social media site. But over time, they flipped. They flipped. I don't know why they flipped. I can assume, I can make an assumption, but I don't really know why they flipped. I just know they flipped, and everything they put out now is just, it's toxic, But then, like I said, you got brothers that put out positive shit like, hey, man, growth, man, the understanding, love, man, unity, support, blah, 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 black power, whatever. You barely, you barely hear about them. The algorithm barely allowed you to even catch the episode they did 6 months ago. Real shit. One for instance, Coach Zoe, Crazo from Raymond, man. I stay on this shit. I've not once heard that brother say, gang, 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 shoot 'em up, blah, 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 blah. He speak truth to power. He can be talking about the Raymonds, but he's speaking truth to power. He's talking about a loved one, man, that might have passed away or whatever the case may be. A gathering, man, with the loved ones, man, and, won't, and how such, how I remember back in the day, this was that and that was this, you know what I mean? I've never once heard that brother disrespect nobody, man. Or bring nobody on this get down who were disrespectful, man, to other brothers. I just haven't. And I've watched all his stuff. If I missed somebody please put me up on it so I can go back and, hey, this thing, man, it's going to take a whole lot of us to start really changing minds and the views of a lot of these a lot of people who, go to these platforms to watch this bull crap, man, that continues to knock us down. That's just it. That's just it, Man, Boss Claus, he said they call us trendsetters for a reason. That's just the truth, homie. That's the truth. Real recognize real. LeRae, appreciate that because that's the truth also. Like steel sharpens steel. It's just some real stuff. Y'all in the comments, man. I appreciate this, man. I was on the phone. I would have been up here, man, around 6:30, actually, 7 o'clock. But Hoover Joe called me. And and see, this is an example of how it's hard to, keep positive, do things that are positive, things that can help uplift others, man. It's hard. It's always a struggle. Now, when we talk about negativity, free reign. Negativity, man, it roams free. There are no leashes, there's no nothing, just it's out there. It does what it want to do. Me and this brother been trying to for like over a month now connect on this prison thing. I used to be able to do it a year ago. All of a sudden now I can't do it. All of a sudden now I can't tap in with Joe. And then, and one of the loved ones told me, you bug, because y'all not talking about bullshit. They don't want what he need to say get out. They don't want what he's saying to get out. Because it could change minds. And I'm like, yeah, no shit though, homie. Now, how did I miss that? I don't know. I was just so frustrated thinking it was just the system. You know, you know what I mean? So I did a few things wrong, and boom, it clicked. So we able to chop it up for a little bit. Went out, tried again and again and again. I was trying for an hour. We just making sure everything was lined up the way it put. So that's where most of my time went, man. But I'm here, man, and I enjoy the fact, like I say, when I come here, I come because it's where I want to be for the moment. You know what I mean? I enjoy this, man. I tell the wife all the time, man. Well, she tell me all the time, this you. You know, I've heard it from loved ones. It's you, man. You can make a living off this, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to just be able to talk to the people, you know, in such a way to where we can figure out amongst us, man, how to make livings. You know what I mean? How we can go about doing that stuff, man. That's what I think, man. That's how I view shit, man. Said, man. There's a lot like me, man. I'm not the exception to the rule. You know what I mean, man? There's a whole lot of brothers and sisters that been through what I've been through. Some more than me. I'm just one of them that's willing to step out and say, man, look, this for real, man. This some punk shit. This shit foul. You know, that's not to say they won't or they haven't. That they don't. I'm just, under the groove. We at 10,000. Okay, I appreciate every one of y'all. I do. And like I said, I don't ask y'all for nothing, man. I might say like and subscribe, man. But hey, man, more than anything, just tune in when you can. And when you can, if you got time to make a comment, man, hey, man, appreciate that. Keep it respectful. That's it. That's it. Like I said, I don't want every time we come on here, we got to rant and rave and act like we about to crash out because we got idiots and ignorant brothers and sisters in our midst. Just sitting up, like I say, propagating bullcrap, man. That's detrimental to all of us. But hey, I'm trying to find my place again, man. There's so many. I'm surprised today is more than any other day. Damn. Give me a second, y'all. What the? Okay. Boom. All right. All right. There we go. I found my place. Ooh. On West Side Everything, Bub. What's up? What's up with you on West Side Everything? Appreciate you in the get down, man. This your first time in here? If so, like, man, and comment. You can subscribe if you want to, man. But we appreciate you in here, man. Sending shots out, man. Salute back to you, bro. What's happening with you? Hope everything's everything on your end, man. Groovy Quiet, man. Cashville, Tennessee. What's up, Groove? What's up, man? Cashville. Groovy Quiet, how you do, bro? All right. Yeah. Hey, Boss Claus, I agree, man. And we had, look, and for y'all who don't know that's in the chat right now, me and Boss Claus sat down the other day about 3 hours, man, interviewing, man. And I was excited. And you guys are gonna know I was excited because this is one interview where I'm not talking over the interviewee, the person I'm supposed to be interviewing. Um, I would, for the most part, just say, man, taking it all in, man. I thought the interview, man, was great. I thought it was a fantastic interview. I think that it is the best, one of the best in my top four of interviews, man. Um, I sat there with this brother who was very articulate and intelligent. You know, he could speak to, man, whatever needs to be spoken to, especially about his own life, and that's a rarity, man. You very rarely get brothers who can speak to or have the insight to speak to themselves, to speak of or about themselves, man. This brother had it. And like I said, because of that, I sat there, man. And it wasn't your typical big bub interview where I'm cutting people off, and I didn't have to do that. It was unnecessary. Brother carried the interview, man. I wish y'all go check it out, man. Part one dropped today, episode one. Episode two will be Thursday every other day, man. The brother gonna be in the get down. And like I say, man, what he's talking about, man, I think is fire. There's a lot of gems. Someone said in the chat, there are gems in what he's saying. Real gold, man. Wealth, man. Truth to power. So I appreciate you again, Boss Kloss, man. And like I said, man, see, that's the thing about Hoover. We wear all kind of hats, homie. Some of us had the NBA hat on. Some of us had the Major League Baseball. Some of us had, rap hats, whatever, man. But it takes all kinds, man. And you're one of a kind, man, in that respect. Because, like I say, there aren't many of us that were able to do what you did, man, and still be here to tell about it. Um, there should be more like you. Hopefully, what you're doing, man, in terms of, coaching the youth, especially in our community as well as Costa Rica, man, or wherever they come from around the world, man, you know, be able to come and spit, man, or share what they've learned from you with others, man. It's a good look, man. I appreciate you coming here. Like I said, and I mean that. Um, I'm gonna read this in part. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, yes, because like I say, man, just some of it don't need to be on the get down, but some of it because the way you worded it, we could talk about it. Um, it basically speaks, one of the loved ones, one of the homies on that no jumper shit with Whack and Adam 12, you know, just talking about shit shouldn't be talking about, man. And that's just the truth, homie. That's the truth, homie. Hopefully, as a result of all this BS, man, other brothers, other loved ones will refrain from that type of behavior. And like I say, brothers, especially from the community, choose to go on any of these platforms. That's their choice. But know that there's always ulterior motive on these get downs, man. And for me, to say that, I'm willing to say that interior motive, man, ulterior motive is for you to come on with something negative to say about the community. That's it. That's it. Or in some cases, so-called enemigos and all that shit. They not worried about, man, what your real ambitions are, man. You know, how you aspire, how you want to aspire to, man, to lift yourself about the situation. Because, most of us live in poverty. Ain't none of us rich, not well off, not even middle class. You know what I mean? They're not concerned with that. So when you brothers go on these get downs, man, expect that they're gonna want to, create, this narrative, man, where it was all negative and you speaking down on another brother, either from your community or another one. But they're not trying to speak you up or talk you up about elevating yourself, man, to those around you or somebody else, man, from somewhere else, homie. Just know going into that type of get down or those type of get downs, what to expect. All right. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Come on, the goat, man. Say preach, brother, for real, for real. On West Side, everything. They don't want to listen, loved one. But you look, and that's true because you're gonna get some over here. You're gonna get some over here. We want to get the ones over here that's, like I say, man, we have to think beyond what's being put in front of us. Because what's being put in front of us, actually, they put it there meant to alter our thought patterns, alter how we act, how we think, what we say, and how we act. You know what I mean? So everybody's not going to come along. You know what I mean? Everybody's not going to come along, bro. But for those of us who do, for those of